my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the Riasi, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not a ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni again hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll be watching the Falcons leader at quarterback. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Falcons and the Eagles, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the... season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just what? They just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Looking to throw. Noble. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 74 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They run once more with Taylor.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Playing all the way through it. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs. Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, Noble. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
2nd and 8.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Noble over the middle, complete. That's Hunter.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the draw is Taylor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
From the 38, Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards there on a 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. He's got it to the 43 here.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Taylor.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Hurts.
Complete. Smith has it. So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Pass complete, but no yards.
Yeah, you found that was unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely able to take advantage of the schedule, but here, this is another team leading.
He's got a man complete, and he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards. Looking to throw. Noble to the goal line, but it's incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
And out come the Eagles.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Hurts.
This will be caught by Brown. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That's caught by the big, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Falcons grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Following the fumble recovery, Noble forced out to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Noble. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Noble. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Throwing on 1st down. Noble. And it's caught.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And
well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Throwing to start the drive. Noble got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On first down, Noble.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Looking to throw. Noble.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Falcons! A great play there. 29 yards. As his guys were able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Coup for the extra point.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. From the 38, Hurts. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Here's Hurts to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
64 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The Falcons on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And this is going to be incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Throwing is Hurts. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack.
Hurts. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Looking to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down. Noble.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for the Falcons,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.